Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another video where we're going to be looking at some modern data that's just come out. We're going to be looking at the unemployment rate right now, which has currently dropped to 4.5%, down from 4.6%. We're going to look at whether that means the goal is actually being achieved or not, seeing as the goal for full employment is to have the lowest rate of unemployment possible without causing unnecessary inflationary or external pressure. Around 4.5% of natural unemployment existing, or NIRU, which is the non-accelerating inflationary rate of unemployment. But we're going to look at it to see if that's actually what's happening. Let's get right into it. So we're going to look at the unemployment rate. So as we can see, it's been trending down since October of last year. Conveniently with unemployment, it is calculated monthly. So we get a monthly update on how it's going. So as you can see, since October of last year, the economy has been improving over time if you just base on the unemployment rate. You probably know from some of the previous statistics what the actual fact is with unemployment, but we're going to look at that in a bit more detail, because if you just look at this 4.5%, you'd be like, boom, full employment achieved. Well done. Let's tap out, go have a drink. Life is good. But is that actually the case? Maybe not. Like, it's around 4.5%. In terms of the goal, statistically, it is accurate. But if we are evaluating, if we are analyzing data, is it truly the case? Let's have a closer look at two other things that are going to give us better information. So one thing straight away, since last month, we already knew last month the participation rate was dropping. It dropped by 0.2%. It's dropped a further 0.8%. So since June, the participation rate has fallen by 1%. This means 1% less people are looking for work of the population age 15 and older. What this means is it means there are people who are no longer considered unemployed because they are just leaving the labor force. So although we may have a higher amount of percentage of people employed, what this means is that there are less unemployed people because there are more people just not looking for a job. And so the amount of unemployed people has gone down because people have just stopped looking for work, and if they're not looking for work, they're not included in the labor force statistics, and therefore it's a real flaw and makes the unemployment numbers look better than they really are. So the falling participation rate is a big part of why that unemployment rate is falling. Then one last thing I want to look at in terms of the overall picture of unemployment. We would have looked at the numbers for unemployment and employment as well, but they haven't come out for August yet, whereas this has. This amount of jobs that are full-time employment. So full-time jobs fell by 68,000 in August. So that's pretty significant when we look at the fact of the unemployment rate has fallen to 4.5%. But of that, so that 95.5% of people being employed, what that means is now 68,000 more of them, so 68,000 more, are part-time or casual. And I don't know about you, but in a pandemic, I wonder how many people are wanting to be part-time or casual. Like, I know a lot of people are, but a lot of people are not getting the money that they want to get. And although they're now considered employed because they're working 1 or more hours per week, it can really offset the statistics and make them look better than they are. So if you see the government bragging about the 4.5% unemployment rate over the next few days, or the 9.6% economic growth rate, by watching these two videos, hopefully you know that they aren't necessarily accurate. So although you can say unemployment has trended towards the goal, or is currently within the goal range, the best answers are going to be able to look at that critically and judge whether or not we are actually achieving the goal of full employment. And I'd argue we technically aren't. Although the numbers say that we are, because so many more people are leaving the labor force and so many more of these jobs are part-time or casual, we are not maximizing our productive capacity. Therefore, we're not going to be maximizing the amount we can actually produce, and therefore not having the maximal benefit on the economy and therefore living standards. That's been it for this very specific update on full employment and the rate of unemployment and why it is falling still, even though the economy is a dumpster fire. I hope you've enjoyed this. We have 2 weeks until my first revision lecture and 2 weeks and 1 day until my second revision lecture. They're both the exact same content. If you haven't signed up, think about doing that. Go to www.therunningeconomy.com to check that out. Other than that, I hope you're doing well. I hope your exam revision is going well. Make sure you check out my exam revision playlist, which has a ridiculous amount of analysis of past exams in economics, the questions that have been done well, questions that have been done poorly that may come up again. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your end of term tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.